One.
Blessings and shalom, YouTube. This is the Truth is Truther, an edifying Christian channel for those in the know. So I'm just responding to a call for an uprisings video, Michelle Obama training around CVS. Now I want to begin by saying that I've been subscribed to a call for quite some time now, and I consider him a brother in Christ. So this isn't to bash him; it's just to give an alternate view. So that alternate view is that I don't think Michelle Obama is a tranny or that she's a guy trying, cross dresser or anything like that, because of 5 different factors that I'll detail, and those are: one, feminization of men. Michelle is of African descent. 2, 3, truther psyop for future use. 4, convincing slash passing trannies, blurring the lines of biological men and women, the appearance of biological men and women. And then I'll conclude with a prayer for discernment. Okay, so the feminization of men. Okay. There is an agenda, a drive. I'm sure many of you guys who are in the know are aware, for this gay agenda, non-sex kind of, gender, and feminine down guys in general. And this is being achieved in various ways. Estrogen runoff in the water supply from pharmaceutical companies, increased phytoestrogen in the diets and the produce. And then, it gets compounded when, you have those, these produce, and it's used in production of, processed foods. And then, those estrogen mimickers are compounded. And so, men are eating it unbeknownst to how they are being dosed with all this estrogen, like on a regular basis. So that's one factor. Those are 2 factors. Another factor is, single mom households where there's an absence of a solid, strong male influence. So those men who are growing up in these, single mom households, and I'm not saying that this is for every, effeminate guy, but it is a contributing factor to the feminization of men, is that the strongest influence, the influence that they have are the strongest influence in your life are the people that you see day in, day out, living their lives. And those single mother households it's the moms, and they're observing their mother's behavior, and they're observing the mother taking on both their role and then the father role, or the absentee father role. Not always absentee, sometimes they're past, but they're observing what appears to be the strongest example of what it is to be a person. It's their mom. And in absence of what it looks like to be a man who is strong in their conduct and their character, they're going to kind of lean towards what they see. And so that's a contributing factor. Another one is academia, the academic push for the feminist agenda. For the guys, it's in the core curriculum. I remember in undergrad, and the core curriculum included things like women's studies, cultural studies, like these very social kind of studies to indoctrinate the pupils with these like very female leaning concepts that guys are expected to adopt in their daily lives. And so it's destroying the fabric of, society, and that is the goal, the moral fabric of society. Another is the wardrobe. As you can see here, these guys are, this is a runway show, and this is like the new fashions for men. Like, what is that? We know what it is. It's being used to blur those lines between men and women, and those traditional biological, like, roles of men and women. They're doing it with the outer appearance, and as well as the inside. So, you've got skin tight jeans on men. You've got guys that are overly groomed. I'm not saying grooming is bad, but sometimes being overly groomed is a bit much, with the super thin eyebrows from plucking and waxing, and like wearing, tinted lip gloss and man makeup. It's all a process. And, it's like a gradual move towards making guys more like women. Okay. So, because of these things, women seem relatively dominant to today's men, compared to the men of yesteryear. Now, another, reason, with like Michelle Obama, she's of African American descent. Like, and generally speaking, African Americans, or those, not African Americans, but those of African descent, generally have stronger athletic builds. It was part of the reason why they were preferred as slaves over, say, the Native Americans. And it was because they were able to do more work. They were able to withstand, heat, and do more physically strenuous activity. So they were preferred. And then when you couple that with slave breeding, it only magnifies or amplifies that athleticism and build through the generations. So when you see things like, her, the definition that she has in her arms, I mean, it's, simple genetics. I mean, it's part of the reason why a lot of those of African American descent dominate majority of professional, physically strenuous sports: football, basketball. They're the public school and university track teams, even the USA track team. I mean, like, they all have this athleticism. Like, and most of the athletes generally are of African American descent. So Michelle, just fits just fits the bill. Okay, so another thing, this whole, Michelle being a tranny, I mean, my theory is that, is being used as a truther psyop, for possible, like, potential use. I mean, future potential use, or it has future potential use, for the, and I'll, detail that in a little bit. Okay, so truther psyop. Okay, you've got pics of Michelle in that blue dress, with what looks like a protruding member coming from the groin area in her dress. Now, it's been floating around online and on YouTube that it could be photoshopped or staged. It's not the first time. We know NASA does it. They haven't been to no moon, and so it's very possible. Also, Obama calling Michelle Michael seems too deliberate of a slip and all too convenient. I'm going to continue this in the next video. So thank you for listening.